I got a couple of products from Paria Outdoors. I have the Recharge UL insulated pad, and I also have the Thermodown 15-degree quilt, which I wanted to set up in my living room just to give you my first impressions before I take this out on an overnight trip. So here's both of these products, and let's see how the shakedown goes. When you combine the words backpacking and budget gear, really what we're doing is we're sacrificing some weight savings. This is a very cost-effective sleep system for entry-level backpackers. I wouldn't expect to see anybody hiking the AT with this equipment. This quilt certainly sticks out as the heaviest component here, but if you stuff your quilt into your backpack and don't need the compression sack, you can save about 2.5 ounces. Let's pull this quilt out of the compression sack and let it loft up, and in the meantime, we'll get the sleeping pad ready and see what we think. I'm still trying to figure out if it's pronounced Paria or Paria, so bear with me if I switch back and forth between the two, but this is my first look at the pad. It comes with a repair kit, and the difficulty I had in which pulling this out of the bag for the first time was a little bit concerning. We all know manufacturers are really good at getting their products in the bags, and it's really hard for the users to get them back in the bags. So you guys will see a look at me trying to pack this up later. Here I'm inspecting the inflator valve. I just wanted to see what it looked like, if my inflator pump would work on it, which it does fit. This pad does not come with any sort of a pump sack. It's an additional charge if you wanted a pump sack from Paria Outdoors. I just wanted to play around and see if an inflator bag from another pad that I have would actually work on this, and it does for the most part. So that's actually what I'm going to use to inflate this pad. I was really quite impressed with how quickly this pad inflated. I'm used to inflating 4-inch thick pads, so this was kind of surprising how quickly it inflated. It was fully inflated after this pump here, but the valve on the bag that I'm using was holding the rubber flap open and air was escaping back into the bag, so I ended up having to pull it off and give it a few breaths just to make sure it was all topped off. And here's the fully inflated Recharge UL. Here we can see the dimensions, 2.5 inches thick, as described. It is about 20 inches wide. And it does taper down to about 15 inches down at the feet. The Paria Recharge UL, all set up, all inflated. This pad does not come with a stuff sack. I opted not to get a stuff sack. I primarily use an inflator pump. But I did actually test to see if a stuff sack or pump sack that I have works for it, which it does. I videoed that earlier. The valve does hold the rubber flap open, so I had to put a few extra breaths of air in there just to get it fully inflated. This pad feels quality, feels sturdy, durable. The material is a 40D ripstop nylon. It says it's diamond non-slip nylon, which we'll have to see how that works out in use on a tent floor. But yeah, it feels good. I'm not 100% sure about these vertical baffles. A pad that I primarily use doesn't have vertical or horizontal baffles. It's got dimpling on it, and I really find that pad quite comfortable. So we'll see how I feel about these vertical baffles. My first lay down on this initially felt comfortable. I am going to use this on a quick overnight just to test it before I go out on a longer trip. I have a 3-day 2-night planned where I plan on using this system here with the Thermodown 15-degree quilt, which we can talk about right now. This quilt, initially, the material is a 20D ripstop nylon outer shell. The internal material is a 320T pongee inner lining. It kind of grew on me. I haven't used this quite yet. My first reaction pulling it out of the stuff sack was, it's not quite as soft or as light as 10D nylon would be, like my other quilt that I have. But I think this is going to be really comfortable. It does have an assortment of clips all along, paired with the buckles for the pad straps. Does have a fairly long zip. You can also just kind of button this up about halfway up and cinch up the foot box. Do that real quick. This thing is rated for comfort rated down to 15 degrees, which is quite low. So my 3-day trip, we're expecting mid to low 30s. So I think this will keep me plenty warm, and we'll have to see if I'm able to, temperature permitting, push it a little bit further, see how far that temperature range can actually get me down to. I'd like to try and test it 10 degrees and even single-digit Fahrenheit temperatures, but this is plenty long for me. I'm not super tall. This is a regular length. So as you can see on the pad, I'll definitely have enough space, enough coverage. I'll have to figure out exactly where to put these pad straps at, just to get everything the way it needs to be so it stays put, because again, I am a very active sleeper, and I'm definitely gonna be using these pad straps. So put these on here, cinch this guy down, and do a little test here in a minute, actually laying down on it, moving around, and see if we can find any draft points, see if anything's going to be of concern while in use. So this is how I plan to use it. I will weigh everything independently as I'm going to bring it. This is pretty much how I'm going to be using this sleep system. So I think the quilt by itself is 2.2 pounds, 6 ounces. The pad without the bag should be 20 ounces. And then the Trekology pillow, super light. I can't recall off the top of my head how much this thing weighs, but it's not very much. So yeah, I'm looking forward to testing this out. I think I'll be very comfortable with this setup in the 30-degree range. 30s, 0 degrees Celsius. So yeah, I'll do a little bit more checking out on this thing, filming a little bit. I was a little concerned reviewing the footage of me rolling over right here. You can see my lower back gets exposed. that would create quite an uncomfortable draft right there. So I did end up moving these pad straps to a different orientation, see if I could prevent any sort of a draft. I think it'll take some time out in the backcountry to get the pad straps dialed in to where I feel like they'll work and I won't have any cold drafts at night. Here I just wanted to show that I actually moved these straps. I think the shorter one across my back will help prevent drafts and hopefully work out and keep me warm. This quilt comes with a mesh storage bag, which I use for a different sleeping bag. And I actually ended up picking up some cheap mesh bags for laundry on Amazon that I think suit this quilt a little bit better. I prefer my stuff to stay lofted when in storage, so this just gives it a little extra space so that it's not compressed at all. Now, this is a part you guys are going to love, watching me try to get all the air out of this and roll this up as tightly as I can to try and get it back in that bag that it came in, which, as you'll see, is near impossible. I really think Paria Outdoors could have given us a little bit more room to work with when trying to get the pad back in the storage bag. As you can see, it's near impossible. I actually even tried to get more air out of this thing, tried to roll it up even tighter just to see, but inevitably I figured out that the bag this pad came in is going to be relegated to storing random odds and ends, possibly even just being a little ditty bag when I'm out on trips. And one last piece of Paria Outdoors products that I got. I'll save this for a different video. But I got Angie a 0-degree quilt as well. So keep her extra warm during the winter months when we're out camping, and she prefers sleeping bags, which I totally get. They are super duper comfy. But yeah, we needed a nice solid cold weather sleeping bag. So she can use this when it's really cold out. I'll be trying out variations of the quilts, the 15-degree quilt, base layers, my puffer jacket. I do have puffer pants if I really try to push that temperature, see where I can get it down to. But yeah, these are great budget options so far. My first thoughts are that I'm very happy with the price, the temperature ratings, the quality. It's all very nice stuff, so we'll have to see. Anyways, there's one last thing I wanted to talk about, a little bit of a channel update. I have a camera, DJI camera, on its way. That way I don't run into my phone freezing and just troubleshooting, having issues with filming on my phone. I'll have a dedicated camera, and I got these DJI mic minis, so hopefully better sound quality. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to start filming on a different camera other than my phone, having better quality microphones, so better audio, better video. I think you guys will notice some changes in my next coming videos. So if you want to help support my channel, I do have Amazon affiliate links down in the description. I do make a small commission off of the things that are bought through those links, but It will help me. It doesn't change the price for you guys either, but it will help me fund my channel, fund these trips, fund some gear, and I will take recommendations if you guys want to see me review a piece of gear or go somewhere. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, Virginia areas. Let me know. Cool parks, cool places. Let me know where you guys are at. If you wanted to meet up and do a hike, we'll do an interview. We'll look at your gear, get you on the channel. I think it'd be really fun to get other new and experienced backpackers and campers on this channel, because my whole goal is to show what it's like for a real person. Not saying other YouTubers aren't real, but document a little bit of the learning process, and hopefully over time see the experience, the level of experience increase. So I'm excited to just be real, raw person, figuring this stuff out for you guys, and with you, taking your advice. I've already got some really good advice in previous video comments, so I'm going to use all that stuff. So let me know what you guys think. Stay tuned for the next video, looking at this gear, watching my trips. I really appreciate it. Digging around for toys? What are you hunting for in there, dude? Uh-oh, Flappy Bird. Ooh, good choice, dude. Good choice.